Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cat Chat Live. My name is Nancy Stevens. I'm in communications for the Office for Student Success, and I am so excited to be with you today to offer you a sneak peek of the Spring Family Reunion coming up in April. In just a minute, you're going to get to hear from my wonderful colleagues, Nikki and Kate, in Parent and Family Engagement to share all of the fun activities that they have planned for our UK students and families. But as we get things started, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping, especially since it has been a while since we've done a Cat Chat Live webinar. For those of you who've joined us before, you may recall that it's the Zoom Q&A feature that you'll use to communicate with us. There will be plenty of time for you to ask any questions that you have about the Spring Family Reunion, and you'll use the Q&A feature to share those with us. I anticipate that we'll have plenty of time to take all of your questions, but we'll do so after Nikki and Kate share their slides. We'll also be dropping relevant links in the chat so that you can see all of the things that you may want to follow up on and read when you've got a little bit more time later on. If you're not able to join us for the entirety of today's webinar, they will be recorded and posted in the Cat Chat family community, and so you can check it out there when you have time. We have some additional additional Cat Chat Live webinar planned for this spring semester. If you have a graduating senior, class of 2026 grad, you will want to tune into the April 22nd commencement preview. I'll be joined by my colleagues from the commencement team. We'll be explaining exactly what the commencement day entails and answer any questions that you may have there. There's a registration link for that right now in the Cat Chat family community. Hopefully all of you are taking full advantage of the resources and the good information in the Cat Chat family community, but I never want to miss a chance to plug all of the things that you can do there. I encourage you to, especially if you haven't logged into the portal in a while, go there, look at the communities that you're in, see if there's any other communities that you may want to join. You'll see there on the screen where it says Discover Communities. That's how you'll see what options you have to tailor the information that you're getting from Cat Chat. And you can always consider if you want to update your newsletter frequency. Most families get our newsletter on a bi-weekly basis, but you can get them as often as weekly, or you can get them a little less often based on your needs. You can also look at the event calendars that we've got in there. You can post questions and comments, share information with your student, and you can always make sure that any other members of your student support system, members of their extended family, are in there if they want to be as well. So those are my few housekeeping items, and now I'm going to turn things over to my fellow members of UK's Parent and Family team. I'll start with Nikki and get her and Kate to introduce themselves. I'm so excited to hear all of the things that you all have planned for the Spring Family Reunion.
Thank you so much, Nancy. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. My name is Nikki Jenkins. I'm the Director of Parent and Family Engagement here at the University of Kentucky, and I'm joined by my colleague, and I'll let her introduce herself as well.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Bauman. I am the Assistant Director for Parent and Family Engagement.
Awesome. Well, the Spring Family Reunion is back, and for many of us, mostly me and Nancy, this moment feels a little special. The last time we gathered families here on campus in the spring was in 2019 for the Spring Family Reunion. And as you all know, a lot has changed since then. So we are especially grateful that we are able to come back together on campus and in the Lexington community to celebrate all of the fun things that are happening and to get more acquainted with all that Lexington has to offer. So this weekend is really a chance to come back to campus, to be in Lexington, to spend time together with your student, and maybe experience something that you haven't experienced before, and create some memories along the way. So we're really excited and hope that you will be joining us for the Spring Family Reunion, April 10th through the 12th. So here's a quick look at what to expect from Kate and I today. We're going to start by talking through kind of what to expect for the Spring Family Reunion, followed by a glimpse into the schedule. We'll talk about registration and give you some planning tips. and just some reminders. And of course, we'll take some Q&A as well if you have specific questions about what's going to be going on during the Spring Family Reunion. All right, so the Spring Family Reunion, it really is all about connection, right? It's a chance for your family to sort of step away from everyday life, enjoy time together, and like I said, to try something new and experience sort of the true spirit of Kentucky and some of the things that make living here so special. So whether you are from Kentucky or you are from out of state, this is a really fun experience to have with your entire family. Most importantly, we want you to feel connected to your student, connected to the University of Kentucky, connected to Lexington. And so if this particular weekend is not going to work for your schedule, for your family, that's okay too. We encourage you to come when it best suits you, and are always happy to help you with your planning. So if this particular weekend is not the best, that's okay. There will be lots of other opportunities to come. But of course, we would love for you to be here, but encourage you to find a weekend and find an experience that works best for your family. All right, so the Spring Family Reunion offers a variety of ways to engage, and it really is, you can choose what works best for you. So we have experiences that range from behind the scenes tours to athletics events, to some sort of community building events, and really have tried to be intentional about offering a balance and sort of a flexible structure so that you can pick and choose what works best for you. Registration is now open, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but there is a $35 family fee and some optional add-ons similar to our family weekend structure that allow you to sort of dive a little deeper into what's going on. So throughout the weekend, we encourage families to attend events together, but we also know that your students are really busy in April during this time of year. So definitely want to respect their time as well. So if you haven't already had a conversation with your student about whether or not Spring Family Reunion is a great time to be here, I would encourage you to do that and try to work around their busy schedule as well. When it comes to accessibility and accommodation needs, we encourage families to plan ahead. We're happy to provide detailed information about each event, each venue, and help direct you to accommodation resources, though we are not providing those resources necessarily through the university, but happy to help navigate you to the right place. If you ever have specific questions or needs, never hesitate to email parents@uky.edu or give us a call. And one of the most important things is, as you're planning to be here, to make sure that you recognize that Kentucky weather is unexpected, right? And plan to come to events, rain or shine, wear layers. You never know if it's going to be hot or cold, rainy, windy, or just a combination of all of those things. So make sure that you are coming prepared for all of those different types of events. So as we talk about the schedule, and as you look through the schedule in more detail online, you'll notice that there's a mix of experiences. Some of the experiences are included with your registration, such as Keeneland. And there are some that are optional add-ons, and there are even some free opportunities as well as a part of the schedule. So hopefully there is something for everyone as we go through the schedule, whether you want something a little more low-key, like strolling through the art museum, or if you want something that's a little more immersive, like a grooming experience at a horse park. There's lots of opportunities. So the Spring Family Reunion will start Friday, April 10th. And the first thing that will be happening is the art museum will be open with a special exhibit. And so we encourage you to go and check it out. It's free for students and their guests. And so it's a great opportunity to see some of the sort of inspiring exhibits and collections that they have in the art museum. In the afternoon, there will be the first of a couple of different tours of Tailor Made Farm, which is a farm here in the Lexington area. It's going to be an opportunity for you to go sort of behind the gates. It's a family-friendly event where you can see thoroughbreds, meet mares and foals, get all of your pictures with all the babies, right? All the baby horses. I love that part. And learn how they're cared for. And there's even an opportunity for you to participate in a grooming experience at that particular horse farm. So a really fun opportunity for families to experience together. You might also consider on Friday afternoon taking a look inside UK's James Beam Institute for Kentucky Spirits here on campus. We will be giving tours so that you can see where sort of the education and research support for the bourbon industry happens here on campus, and learn a little bit about what the students are experiencing and what they're learning through that particular program. I have to say, one of the questions we get is, are there bourbon tastings at the Institute? No, unfortunately there are not, but it does smell really great in that facility. So definitely something to check out. On Friday evening, we are very, very excited about a program that we are calling Serve and Social at PKL Lex, yes. So on Friday evening, we would invite you to join staff, students, and other UK families at Lexington's newest indoor pickleball and social venue. It's an opportunity for you to relax, to meet new people, enjoy some snacks, and maybe jump in on a game. And trust me, no experience is required. So if you've never played pickleball, or if that's not something that you've ever thought you wanted to do, it's still something really fun, and I encourage you to come out. We're going to have instructors there on site. We will have the equipment for you. So you can also bring your own equipment if you are an avid pickleball player. And we will be providing each guest with a UK branded pickleball paddle, which you can see here on the screen. We're very excited about our pickleball paddles that we'll be giving out. So definitely encourage you to come out. It's a really fun venue, a really fun interactive thing to do with your students the first night that you are here. And of course, there's going to be great food. We'll provide hors d'oeuvres, and there is a restaurant on site as well. Now, if theater is more your speed, then you might wrap up the evening with a live performance of The Great Gatsby, which will be at the Singletary Center for the Arts. It's a great opportunity to see our students in action. So tickets are available for purchase through their website, and that will be happening throughout the weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evening. All right, Saturday, April 11th is really the heart of the Spring Family Reunion. There's a wide range of experiences happening throughout the day. We'll start the day, excuse me, with options like morning yoga, followed by a tour of historic Windstar Farm. It's just a really peaceful way to ease into the day. Our most popular experience, of course, is Keeneland, the Keeneland Spring Race Meet. If you have not been to Keeneland before, this is a great opportunity for you to see sort of a real Kentucky tradition of going to the horse races. This is included in your registration for up to 4 people. We'll provide general admission for up to 4 people. Once you've registered your family, you'll receive an email confirmation with a link to download your 4 general admission tickets. So you'll want to make sure that you download those ahead of time so that you have them ready to go. If you have more than 4 people who need to go with you in your party, you can always purchase general admission tickets through the Keeneland online ticketing office as well. Excuse me, goodness. If this is your first time visiting Keeneland, we encourage you to watch. We have a Keeneland 101 Tips and Tricks webinar that we did with Keeneland on our YouTube channel, and it's also been featured in our most recent Cat Chat email about the Spring Family Reunion. So I encourage you to watch that webinar to learn more about where to park, what to wear, what sort of the culture of the games are, and how to do Keeneland, right? If you've never been there, it's a great tool for you. And also, while you're at Keeneland, don't forget to stop by the East Plaza. When you get in, there's a big sign, it'll say East Plaza. To stop by the UK table. We'll have a table there where we'll be giving out vouchers for Keeneland programs, and we'll have one per family, and you're welcome to stop by, say hi to us. We'll have other little swag gift items there as well. But that's a really great opportunity for you to get a free program for Keeneland. Families can also choose to attend the UK softball versus Tennessee game in the afternoon if you're, if maybe Keeneland isn't what you're into. And you can purchase those tickets through UK Athletics as well. And there is a link in your confirmation email from registering for Spring Family Reunion with the discounted tickets for that event as well. Throughout the day, you'll also continue to see flexible options like a second opportunity for you to experience the tailor-made farm tour. You can stop by the art museum again, and then of course the Great Gatsby is happening that evening as well if you want to have another opportunity to see the Great Gatsby. And just like the rest of the weekend, Saturday is designed so families can build a day that fits their interests, right? Their energy level, right? Sometimes you go really hard one day and the next day you need to be a little more relaxed. So feel free to pick and choose what types of experiences are right for you. Now, Sunday is all about wrapping up the weekend in a way that just feels really good for your family. We want you to leave feeling like this was just a really fun weekend with your students. So these experiences are designed to be more relaxed, right? They're optional and perfect for families who want to maybe explore a little bit about Lexington or sort of spend some final moments together before you head back home. So you'll see several add-on opportunities that highlight sort of the bluegrass experience, including a self-guided walking tour of the Kentucky Horse Park. There will be lots of demonstrations. You'll get to see a lot of different horses. There is a museum there as well. So that's a really great opportunity. If you are a little more adventurous and you would like to do some horseback riding, you can also do some horseback riding at the horse park as well. And all of that is available through the registration form. You might also consider a guided downtown experience with our friends from Bites of the Bluegrass. This Lattes in Lexington event will give you sort of a behind the scenes historic look at Lexington and how it came to be and how it has grown so much over the last few years. If you are really into cinema or television, it might be really exciting for you to check out the behind the scenes look at movie horses and the bluegrass at Double Dan Horsemanship. Now, if you are a fan of Heartland on Netflix, like I am, this is the opportunity for you to see how these amazing folks train these horses to dance and do different sort of stunts and tricks. A really fun experience. So would highly recommend for any of those movie lovers. Families can also choose to attend another UK softball versus Tennessee game. Those tickets, again, are available through UK Athletics, and that link will be provided in your confirmation email. Now, again, Sunday is intentionally flexible, so whether you choose one last experience or maybe you just want to, cheer on the Wildcats or take your student out to Kroger that day to replenish their fridge, whatever works best for your family is great. It's just a chance to close out the weekend feeling connected, feeling refreshed, and hopefully thinking about your next trip to Lexington.
Hi, so in addition to our events for Spring Family Reunion, we want to let our families know about other great places around Lexington where you can find community events and experiences throughout the entire weekend. So on your screen, we've listed some areas. So some of our local favorites include the Lexington Farmers Market in downtown, some outdoor spaces like the Raven Run and the Arboretum, to arts and entertainment venues such as the Lexington Opera House, Rep Arena, the Burl. So there's truly something for everyone here in Lexington. We also want to encourage families to check the Visit Lex events calendar to see what may be happening in the city during your visit. And these experiences aren't part of Spring Family Reunion schedule, but again, is a great way to get to know Lexington and explore the community where your student now calls home. So how to register for Spring Family Reunion. So if you want to go to go.uky.edu/catchat, and you'll see that the Spring Family Reunion Save the Date is there, and just click on that. So like Nikki said earlier, Spring Family Reunion is $35 for the registration, and in that registration is included general admission to Keeneland tickets for up to 4 people, and you'll receive a link for those tickets in your confirmation email. So you can download those tickets for it when you go to Keeneland. Also, if you visit the East Plaza when you're at Keeneland, you will get a program voucher. And so that will be given to you by one of the UK staff members. So, and also in your registration is one Uber transportation discount voucher, so one per family, and it's valid during Spring Family Reunion. So if you want to attend any additional things for Spring Family Reunion, we have add-on events or excursions, so those tours that Nikki was talking about earlier, and those are sold per person at various prices and can be selected during the registration process. So this allows families to customize their weekend while still enjoying the core experiences included with registration. So please note that registration does close on Wednesday, April 1st at 11:55 p.m. at Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Now, as you start planning your weekend, we encourage families to book accommodations as soon as possible, as April is a really busy time in Lexington, especially when Keeneland is in their spring race meet. So if you haven't already booked your accommodations, please do so very, very soon. For those participating in horse farm tours and experiences, detailed directions and parking information will be available through CatChat closer to the event. Please note that although we are providing an Uber discount, it cannot be used for rideshare services to any of the horse farms. They do not allow Uber or Lyft or any ride sharing at any of the farms. However, there is on-site parking, so you can just drive on over there and they will have parking available for you. As Kate said, your Uber voucher will be available in your confirmation email. So again, check your confirmation email after you register and you'll be able to download that voucher. One thing that we are trying, we're going to pilot it during the Spring Family Reunion, is we're going to not have a central check-in location for the weekend. If you came to family weekend in the fall, you know that we had a couple of days where you would come and check in and get all of your information. But since Spring Family Reunion is a little smaller, we thought we would try to do check-in at each of the different events. So there's no central check-in location when you arrive. You'll just check in at each event using the name of the person who registered your family, and we'll make sure that you get everything you need. And finally, any giveaways that we have will be given out during each of the events, and we will not be distributing them outside of those events. So make sure that if you really want your pickleball paddle, that you come and pick it up at the pickleball event on Friday or any of the other events to pick up your giveaways. All right. Now, as we wrap up, we want you to know that you're not navigating Spring Family Reunion alone. The parent family office staff, we're going to be here throughout the weekend, and we'll be actively monitoring our phones, our emails, even on Saturday and Sunday. So if you have questions, if you are traveling, or have questions about checking in, or maybe you're just trying to decide what you want to do next and you need a recommendation, we're here for you during the weekend, and feel free to pick up the phone or send us an email. We're happy to do that. Whether it's a quick logistic question or something a little more specific. So if anyone has any questions, we would be happy to answer them. We're very excited about all of the different things that we have available at the Spring Family Reunion.
All right, thanks for that great information. We've got one question that's already come in, but I encourage others, if you have any follow-up questions, go ahead and use the Q&A feature to enter those now. So the question is, will the Keeneland tickets still be available on March 28th? Is that something that you have a limited quantity of? I'm curious.
That's a really great question. We do not have an unlimited quantity. We have a very specific number, but we don't anticipate necessarily them selling out. But right now we're okay. So on the 28th, potentially, not guaranteed, but potentially. I would encourage you to register early. Now, you can register early and then add on additional options later if you're trying to decide, I'm not really sure if I want to do the tours or not. You could go ahead and register your family for $35 and get your Keeneland tickets, and then come back to your form later on to add things on if that is helpful to you. And I encourage you to do that if you're not sure of what you're going to do, but you really want to go to Keeneland.
Oh, I think that's a really good tip, because we know that sometimes getting an entire family on the same page about how to spend a weekend can be challenging. And sometimes even scheduling a conversation about those things can be challenging. So yeah, going ahead and committing to the registration fee, but then maybe adding on some other things later seems like a good middle ground. Great. All right. Gina says, I'm reviewing my order confirmation. Where can I find my Uber voucher?
Absolutely. So the email confirmation, there should be a link, right? It should say Uber voucher, and there should be a link that you can then go and download it at that point.
All right. While folks are considering any additional questions they may have, I'm curious from you both, as you've been making plans for this, are there any kind of events that you're particularly excited about? I know you've planned a whole schedule with care and intention, but is there anything that you personally are just really excited to experience?
Yeah. Listen, my number one, I have never played pickleball in my entire life, and I cannot wait to go to this pickleball event. I actually have one of the paddles right here on my desk, as you can see. I am ready to learn. It is a really cool site. If you have not been to PKLX, look them up online. It's a really beautiful venue. They have these golf simulator rooms that are epic. So if you're into golf as well, it's an opportunity for you to kind of geek out a little bit, and play some of the most renowned courses, but virtually. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have staff and students and families all kind of coming together under one event to play together and to get to know each other. And even if you don't want to play pickleball, even if you just want to come and eat the wings and hang out with families, it's a great opportunity to do that. And it's come and go, so it's from 6 to 10 p.m. And you can come and go as you please for that event. But really, really fun. Kate, how about you?
I was going to say the pickleball event as well. That space is phenomenal, and I'm very excited about it. I've never played pickleball before, so I plan on meeting with one of the instructors to give me some tips. So I'm very excited about that. And those golf simulator rooms are awesome, especially for families that have larger folks with them, or maybe even partnering up with a couple other families, since those golf simulators hold up to about 12 people or so. It's a great time to just kind of kick back, relax, and get to know each other, reconnect. So yeah, super, super excited about that pickleball event at PKLX.
Yeah, my husband was there a couple weekends go checking out the golf simulator. And my teenager, when he heard that we had pickleball paddles, he was like, "Can you pick me one of those up from work?" Yeah, I can probably get you a pickleball paddle.
I will also say if you are not from Kentucky and you really want to feel like I'm having the quintessential Kentucky experience, right? Um, going on a tour of a horse farm and or going to the Kentucky Horse Park where you get to learn sort of the history of the horse industry in the area. It's just really cool. It's very nostalgic, even though you don't realize that it is. And it's a really interesting opportunity. And if you have kids, the horse park is a great opportunity for them to see actual demonstrations and really get excited about seeing lots of different kinds of horses.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I took my youngest son is in elementary school and took him on a couple of horse country farm tours last summer, and he loved them. I think sometimes, even though we live here in Lexington, we take for granted that these treasures are just a few minutes drive from here. And so making the time to go in and seeing kind of behind the scenes was really special, and he loved it. And we had only planned on going to one, and then he loved it so much, then we had an opportunity to schedule another one. So we ended up doing two last year because he was such a huge fan. So yeah, those are really great additions to the schedule as well. Well, we don't have any open questions right now, so we'll give folks one last minute or two if they're in the process of furiously typing. But any final tips or information or things that you want to share for the good of the group?
Yeah. Well, since we know that so many of you are probably going to want to go to Keeneland, and that's wonderful. It's a absolutely amazing experience. And they have just built on a whole new section of Keeneland, and so it feels new and exciting. Even if you have been before, it will feel new to you. I will say the first time I went to Keeneland, I didn't know what to expect. I only knew the Derby, right? I only knew that horse racing meant large hats and uncomfortable shoes, right? So know that that is not necessarily how it is. And definitely encourage you to watch that Keeneland 101 tips and tricks video to learn more about that. But encourage you to be comfortable going to Keeneland. Schedule in some extra time. There will be a lot of people going. And so it's going to take a little longer to park and get the shuttle and come on over. I will say most people probably arrive at Keeneland around noon. It will open at 11. Gates will open at 11. Most people arrive around noon, and then the first post is at 1. And so you have some time if you want to get there early and really check it out. You can be there as early as 11 as well. And Kate and I will be there in the East Plaza to welcome you and to answer questions if you have any, as well as hand out those vouchers. Kate, any other tips about Keeneland that I've missed?
No, I think you covered it all. But again, just check out our webinar that we did with our colleagues at Keeneland. They provide a whole lot of information, and yeah, it's a great time. I love Keeneland. It's personally like a tradition here. Always looking forward to the spring meet. So yeah, it's a guaranteed great time with your family.
I will also say that the Friday of the Spring Family Reunion, if you want to go to Keeneland a day early, is College Scholarship Day, which is a day that students go to Keeneland, and Keeneland gives out some scholarships and swag, and it's all about UK that day. So if you are interested in maybe going even on that Friday, you can get tickets through the Keeneland ticket office as well.
Well, Nikki, Kate, thank you so much for sharing all of this really great information and for all the care that you've put into making these plans for our students and families. Want to take a minute to acknowledge for families that we know that this is a busy time in the semester for your Wildcats. It's midterms. Spring break is coming soon. So we know many of our students are counting down to that just to be able to take a little break. We will have some information going out this afternoon to parents and families through the Catch Up family community with some tips around midterm spring break. When students come back later in March, there'll be gearing up for priority registration for the fall 2026 and summer 2026 semesters. And so we hope that the information that you'll be getting by email this afternoon will help you support your student through this potentially stressful time in the semester. But we hope that they ace their midterms. We hope that they have safe and relaxing spring breaks. I think all of us who are here on campus while the students are gone will also be kind of catching our breath and preparing for the second half of the semester. So if your student needs any support during this time, don't hesitate to reach out. Nick and Kate are busy planning spring family reunion, but never too busy to stop and help you think through ways that you can connect your student with campus resources and get them what they need to do their very best at this point in the semester. So we'd be remiss if we didn't point out all that's going on right now, even as we look ahead to spring family reunion. If you have any questions that come up after the webinar is over today, don't hesitate to use the contact information there on the screen and reach out. Any of us would be happy to support you and making sure you get the information you need. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much and take care. Bye all.